Hello and welcome to this short video on how to play the tune Jingle Bells. This is a very famous Christmas tune, of course, one that many people like to play, basically because the first 7 notes are all the same. We're going to do it in the key of C, and our first 7 notes are all open E. So what I'm going to deal with first is the full version where you're playing all of the notes, and I'll just play that through for you now. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bottom, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So what I was doing there was simply playing the tune, the melody line if you like, and just singing the words. And if you look at the music, you will see that it's written out in my simple note code. If you don't understand my simple note code, I'll explain it briefly to you now. Every note is shown as a number and a letter. So the number is the fret. If the number is a 0, of course that means the string's open. The letter is the string. So if it says 0E, as it does over that first word, that means your first note is open E string. And because I've used a little e, it's the E string nearest the floor. So you can see that your first 7 notes are all OEs or 0Es. And I'm using a plectrum to play the string, and I'm leaning on the bridge of the guitar. That means my plectrum is always the same distance from the strings, so I don't really have to look at my right hand that much. So 7 open E's to start with, and then it goes up to 3E, 3rd fret of the E string, you see? Put your finger on the little E string behind the 3rd fret, press hard, play the E string. 1B, 3B, open E. So 1B, 1st fret of the B string is the second one up from the floor. Put your finger not on the 1st fret, remember, just behind, press nice and hard, play that note, come up to 3B, 3rd fret of the B string, back to open E. I'm sure you get the idea. All of the notes in this chorus are either open, or they are behind the 1st fret, or they're behind the 3rd fret. So the way to use your fingers, well, if it's open, you don't need a finger. If it's 1st fret, use your 1st finger, that's the one next to your thumb, if you're not sure, index finger, and use your 3rd finger if it's a 3rd fret note. So it's very simple, that the finger number that you use is the same as the fret. When it gets into the verse, it's a little bit harder because you're jumping around. For instance, you're going from G to E, back to B, and then down to the G again. So you jump around quite a lot. This is quite a bit harder, this section. Dashing through the snow, open G, open E, 3B, 1B, open G. Now when you get a fast little section like that, 3 quick open Gs like that, in a one-horse open sleigh. When you get that, use your plectrum sensibly. In other words, do a bit of cross-picking. Go down, up, down with your plectrum, down, up, down. Don't try and do it in 3 down strokes or 3 up strokes. Use the cross-picking technique, down, up, down. It's much easier. Now obviously towards the end of that section you've got to get up to the 5th fret. You haven't got 5 fingers, you've only got 4. So what I do is I bring my 3rd finger up to that 5E, sleighing, and then on the ing of sleighing I bring my 3rd finger straight back to the 3E to get back into my normal position. So that's one time you have to nip out of that sort of area that you've been in for the majority of the tune. So the verse, definitely harder than the chorus, but it's quite fun to do. And once you've done the verse, then repeat the chorus. In the verse you have this note 2G, which in my code means G string, 2nd fret. G string is the 3rd string up from the floor, and it's actually there, see? 2nd finger, because it's 2nd fret, of the G string, and that's that note 2G, so watch out for that. So the fingering, apart from that funny little 5V, the 5th fret of the E string, the fingering is pretty obvious. I was talking about that cross-picking, and in fact, of course, that comes in the chorus as well, when you go, in a one-horse open sleigh. You've got 3 quick open E's, down, up, down with the plectrum. This is all pretty straightforward. See, 3 quick ones there, down, up, down. For the rest of the time, I think you can probably just use downstrokes. Okay, so that's the hard version, the advanced version, where you're playing every single note of the tune. And if you're a fairly experienced student, that's the one to go for. If you're a relative beginner, then you might want to try the what I call the medium stroke easy version. And look at that sheet. It says count briskly in 4s. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to play just an easy version of this sheet, it says simply play the notes at the beginning of each line. So basically, you're not going to hear every note of the tune here. You're going to need to sing to get the sense of this, because you're going to play a note here and there. So if you treat this as the medium version, you're going to play a note every 4 beats. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Obviously, it's not so exciting, is it? Not as good as playing the full tune, but the full tune is pretty hard to do, especially at speed. So this may be a way for you to sort of get into it, sort of ease yourself into it, as it were. So the notes are open E, open E, open E, open E. What a lot of people like to do, they like to do a kind of a mix of the advanced version and the easy version. After all, it's not that hard to go jingle bells, jingle, do those notes and then drop to the medium version. So you could go jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. And then again, jingle bells, jingle all the way. So when you get to jingle all the way, drop back to the easy or medium version. In the verse, you've got dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. So there you're using 2nd fret the G string, again use your 2nd finger, using 3rd fret the E string, use your 3rd finger. Still stick to the rules of using your fingers properly. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. And with, just as with the advanced version, you've got that 5th fret of the E there, so you have to nip up to the 5th fret with your 3rd finger. We're in the key of C here. It's not a great key to sing, it's probably a bit low for you, but it's a nice easy key to play on the guitar, and it's all about the playing at the moment. We're not too worried about getting the right key for the song to sing. That would probably be something like the key of F, which is a pretty hard key for a guitarist. So like I said, if you want to do the easy version of this, just play the notes at the beginning of each line. So you had jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So it's not that exciting, is it? But if you're playing this in concert with me at one of my schools and you know, you're a real beginner, and you're struggling, this will give you something to play, and the concert means that you won't be sitting there doing nothing. And it is a start, and you can always move up to the harder versions a little later on. The verse would be, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, and back to your Jingle Bells chorus. So there we are. That is a very simple lesson on how to play the tune or part of the tune of Jingle Bells. I hope you enjoyed it.